Just when you thought it was safe to go back to Camp Crystal Lake, Jason lives. Hey Fright fans, this is C-Dub from Chronocord Media with some news I've been looking forward to reporting. I've been anticipating this for 20 years or more now. What once was known as Summer Camp Volume 1, a game in development that paid homage to the classic Friday the 13th series while skirting copyright restrictions, is now Friday the 13th, the game. Developers Gun Media announced today that they have received the go-ahead to use the Friday the 13th license and intellectual properties by the originator, the director of the first film, Sean Cunningham. After launching a Kickstarter campaign on Tuesday, October 13th, with an initial production goal of $700,000, as I'm recording this, early on Wednesday the 14th, the campaign has already raised $200,000. There is so much for me to speculate on and talk about, and I cannot wait in the coming weeks to provide you with plenty of Friday the 13th the game content. I have so many topics to discuss with you, my fellow Friday the 13th fanatics, about what has been alluded to in interviews and media coverage thus far, from which classic looks of Jason Voorhees and weaponry will be available, to the potential iconic kill scenes and the dynamics of the asymmetrical 1 vs. 7 multiplayer. To say I'm excited for this game is a huge understatement. Thus far, we know that the father of Friday the 13th, director Sean Cunningham, is on board, adding to the all-star Friday the 13th lineup, including composer Harry Manfredini, special effects guru and the man responsible for creating Jason's look in the first film, Tom Savini, and fan favorite man behind the mask, Kane Hodder. Creators have said that we likely won't have the original actors' likenesses in the game. Sorry to all of you Kevin Bacon and Crispin Glover fans. Another cool feature mentioned is having scenario-based gameplay, where you're dropped into one of the scenes from the movies and left to react with your own instincts. Protagonist and arch-rival of Jason Voorhees, Tommy Jarvis, has been said to be a stretch goal for the Kickstarter campaign in the form of a guide in-game to give hints and perhaps hold special challenges for you to complete. I took a look at the Kickstarter immediately upon reading the announcement today, and I urge you to as well. Go ahead and watch the almost 10-minute video outlining the goals the Gun Media team, Tom Savini, Sean Cunningham, Kane Hodder, and Harry Manfredini hope to achieve. The stretch goals beyond the minimum $700,000 are currently blurred in the graphic found on the Kickstarter page. However, with some careful squinting and deciphering of the blurred text, I believe I see a top stretch goal of having Jason's mommy dearest, Pamela Voorhees, as a playable character. Other speculation quickly on my part from attempting to crack the blurred stretch goal graphic code include a playable wheelchair character as seen in Friday the 13th Part 2, some DLC packs with added costumes, weapons, and items, a single-player challenge mode, cabin customization, unlockables, and most importantly, iconic recreations of fan-favorite death scenes from the movies, including the sleeping bag kill from Part 7, the decapitation uppercut from the rooftop boxing scene in Jason Takes Manhattan, a heart rip, head crush, and window toss. Being developed, produced, and distributed via Kickstarter allows this game to have all the gore-filled, rated M for mature, 80s throwback good times the hardcore horror fans must have in a Friday the 13th game, without an overbearing big company lurking in the shadows, killing ideas and hopes of fans like Jason Voorhees himself. This truly is a Friday the 13th game made by fans of the series, with the key players who created the series for those of us, like myself, who have been waiting for this since the 1989 NES game was released. The most important thing I've got as a first impression is that the crew at Gun Media are dedicated to doing this right. All the debauchery, from premarital sex to recreational substance use, to the typical stereotypes of camp counselors found in the movies, will be there in all its glory. And I can't f***ing wait. Be sure to subscribe to us here at Chronocord Media for our continuing coverage of Friday the 13th, the game. And if you can, go over to the Kickstarter page and contribute if you feel so inclined. The developers have some very cool perks for backers, and the minimum donation to receive a digital copy of the game is just $25 for the first few thousand folks who step up. For Chronocord Media, I'm C-Dub.